Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I hope life is treating you fairly. Of course, batugamba uramutebuli fair, but we keep going, right? So today is the 7th of December, about 23 days to go to end 2024, and then we head out into the new year 2025. And this is the Car Weekly Roundup for the love of cars. Of course, if you have been driving in Kampala, you already know that traffic police is very busy. They are arresting, they are taking assets, they are taking bodas, they are taking cars. If you have police receipts on your car, this is the time to clear those police receipts. Okay, if you don't want to clear all of them, for example, if you have receipts of like a million shillings, Sasura Kesh Papreche Kuminetano, keep paying one by one until you have cleared all of them. You have seen the amount of traffic jam that we have in the city. Majority of the jam that we have there is caused by traffic officers that are trying to recover government money. Every time you get a police fine, that's government money, so they're trying to recover. So they stop one by one by one. If you have a police receipt, you need to pay it immediately. So do the needful. The Boda guys, atem mwesimanyi na kumanya. Bakwa ataba Boda. Bazitwara butwaza, and of course 90% of bodas in Kampala. And even when I say bodas, if you're riding a motorcycle, you're a Boda guy in Kampala. That's how traffic officers understand it. So if you're riding a motorcycle, you need to have third party. If you're driving a Boda, you need to have PSV. You need to have a driver's license or a driving permit. You need to have a helmet. You need to have protective gear. You need to have a reflector jacket. You need to have good tires, of course. If you miss one of those things, they're taking you. Now, for the car owners, of course, you know we are stopped randomly by random traffic officers, yeah? And they are very serious. You know Christmas season. Christmas. Me, I'm still being positive. I'm saying they're upholding the law. Christmas. Me, I'm thinking they're doing their job. Now, for the guys that are preparing to go to the village, I know some of you guys are going to the village this very week that is starting, right? Now, if you're going to the village, make sure your car is in top condition, yeah? Now, some of the things that you're going to make sure you check if you want your car to be in top condition, you're going to make sure that it has no leakage on the cooling system. Radiator is intact, the hose pipes are all intact. Make sure the water pump is working perfectly, because most of the people that get troubles with their cars when they go up country is the cooling system that disturbs them a lot. So make sure your cooling system is okay. Make sure the fan works properly, and make sure that make sure that amazo gazawo. So once you have found that the cooling system is intact, do service now. Even if you did service and you have like let's say a couple of hundred kilometers to go for the service to get done, do the service now. Now, when you do the service now, the holiday season, you're very safe. Now, once you have done the service, make sure the brake system is okay. The braking system should be okay. And of course, we're going to talk about Australia, where they recalled over 40,000 vehicles because of issues. Yeah, and vehicle manufacturers recall cars all the time. And for the guys that are driving the 2010 to 2015 Toyota Prius, you also should watch out. I'm going to be updating you on that. You need to make sure that your braking system works perfectly, because Uganda Bovuga Highway, for the guys that have cars that had ABS systems, make sure that you replace the ABS control if it died. Replace it. Yeah, you have to make sure that it's replaced. Again, holiday season, ABS system costs between 300,000 shillings to 800,000 shillings. Buy it or you take a ABS control, at least, because ABS helps the car brake. The car to brake more efficiently. Now, apart from the braking system, then you're going to make sure that you don't have any loose connections. Loose connections can actually make you stay on the road for over a week. I had a loose connection in my Toyota Corolla. No, in my Toyota it was a Toyota Jitwaitanga Dudu. Two of them actually zombies antawanya lose connection, and this is one of the reasons why I discourage people from buying very old cars, because you're going to have a lot of trouble with loose connections of wire which take it, and you don't want that. So let's get into the news now. Of course, Toyota Australia recalled over 40,000 hybrids, Corolla hybrids. And then, of course, in Jamaica, 2 students died in an accident caused by a Subaru driver. And then, of course, we had 4 people that died when a Scania bus hit a Boda. and then of course a lady that locked her child in the car. Yamulise mumoroka yasanze fudde. And then of course we're going to be comparing the MPVs, multi-purpose vehicles, the Twitter minivans, Omuli Wish and all that. And then I'll also be giving you the car tip for this week.
The jump dance.
This very week on 2nd December, Toyota Australia recalled 40,000 Corolla hybrids. And why were they calling them back? Of course, the sedans and then the hatchbacks. When we say sedan, the hatchback is something that would look like the Alex, like the Auris, that's a hatchback. And then the sedan is the normal Corolla ngeyange namukadde. So Toyota Australia, as you say, they have a problem with the braking system. Now, with the new vehicles, zina the software aspect, zina the hardware aspect. The hardware aspect, memory brakes, memory the calipers, memory the ABS system, memory the brake fluid holder, the pipes and all that. Then the software system, itamu computer. Now, the Corolla hybrids that Australia recalled are the ones that have the software issue. So they are recalling them to do software updates on them. Ntizirwawo okusiba okitegera. So when you're cornering, bobo wita, for example, if you're going to you head out on Masaka Road, notange corner, and you're cornering, so you want to brake. When you're cornering, ziga no kusiba. So that's a software defect. You on the hardware sigari ekora bulungi, but the software itself has a defect that they update in the software. You guys have seen even phones. For example, I shared a camera that I bought. And when I bought it, it worked for a week, it started overheating and then it shut down. That's a defect that came with that particular camera. You get? So it's something that you need to understand sometimes happens when these companies manufacture vehicles. So Toyota Australia, now you need to understand that some regions have their own factories. Like the US has its own factory, South Africa has its own factory, Japan has a factory, the UK has a factory. Katojja kwesanga nga those factories bonabona baba kole moroka, they personalize cars to their environment. For example, if you are to buy a Toyota RAV4 from the UK, it has differences with the Toyota RAV4 from Japan, which we guys fabawa no tuvuga nyo Japanese made cars, yeah. So katizinamu a little bit of difference in the design, even in the spare parts. Ujja kwesanga someone is driving a Toyota RAV4 nayenga spare wa RAV4 eyiye wa beyimu ku RAV4 eyabalala. That means ayinza okuba yaguda the UK version of the Toyota RAV4. Ne wano the people that driving the Toyota Yaris, the Yaris is not Japanese. The Yaris is either Australian, UK, but it's never. If you want to drive a Vitz that is Japanese, it's a Vitz. It's not called a Yaris. The Yaris are mostly 1.3 liters. For everyone that has bought a Yaris, you will tell me. Ebe fananga Vitz ya bulijo na inga yorukumwi mu bisatu. Era bo okubera okuyita Vitz RS waabwe ebera Yaris eya 1.5 liters. Ebera mu NZ. Yojja kugisanga ibera 1500 songa ate fo wano RS zaffe ezive Japan zitera kubaza 1300. So Australia recalled that. Now the people that are driving abavuga Toyota Prius 2010 to 2015, you might have to check your car to see if it doesn't have a defect in the braking system, because Nazoba is recalling at a certain point because of a software defect in its braking system. So you might actually want to check it out to see that it doesn't have any problem. Toyota Prius 2010 2015, they had the same issue. So if you're driving it, you might want to test it. Are there times that you feel it delays in the braking? Bwebanga it does that, so you might actually want to check out the dealer, or you check your software guy, or akubulire software had an update for that very car. Because the motor cars, sometimes they recall them ngazicha Olympia. When they recall them to fix whatever defects that come with them. So that's the only car that I've seen with Toyota for now. Jetuyinzobanga tuvuga ngeina defects. Of course, zile motor car Australia they are recalling 2022 to 2024. How many people are driving those cars? And if you're driving it here in Uganda, probably you have already gotten the software update. So but mabavuge moroka Toyota zenkadde zili. I also a Ford Fusion baji recalling. So the rest of the cars that were recalled mu myaka fege tuvuga, because majority of you guys are driving 2008 to 2010. So it's only the Prius that was recalled for the braking error. Ojana kwesange moroka ezimwe zitomera wano. Zitomera because of errors that we don't have. But of course, the Car Weekly Roundup will be updating you on those things. And of course, in Jamaica, a place called Bustamante. Bustamante in Jamaica. A Morocco Subaru driver yabikoze. So in Jamaica, a Subaru driver rammed into a Toyota Probox and killed 2 students. And it said that the Subaru driver was overspeeding. The traffic police stopped him and he tried to evade them. When he tried to evade them, he rammed into a Probox and he killed 2 students. Now, in all countries worldwide, if you get into an accident and kill people, okay, or you unalive people, like I hear people say, you unalive people, it's a very grave offense, because that's either manslaughter or involuntary manslaughter or literally murder. That's a very, very serious offense. You can get locked up. So in Jamaica, this guy Subaru, when he hit a Probox, killed people, he realized, so he rushed to the airport. That's where they arrested him from. Now, for you guys that drive recklessly, then the question you need to ask yourself: if I were to drive recklessly and unalive 2 people, where would I run to? This guy at least could run to the airport. So kati gwe senga otomera abantu olunaku ndaba abaana nga bavuga bubi, aba Probox bavuga bubi, aba Subaru. There is a time naraba we wabbakuli omwana wa Subaru, it was a Subaru nga agezesa, nadduka n'abeeri waggulu ku shalom, nakkirira ku haasi n'ayagala akuba enkyungwa, mukuba enkyungwa n'atomera abantu. Kati just imagine gwe songa otomera abantu, bw'oba ogenda kudduka, where are you going to run to? That's a question that you need to ask yourself. This guy at least could run to the airport, yabadde ageza kufuluma ggwanga, because he knows killing 2 people in an accident is actually a very serious offense. Even here in Uganda, you will have to be very well connected for you to be able to get off the hook of that, or you have very good lawyers. So that's what happened in Jamaica. Driver was arrested at the airport. And then, of course, on 5th December, 4 people died in Mbale. Rwakaka, ewava Amos Wekesa in Rwakaka. Scania bus yabadde yatomedde aba Boda. Yatomedde owa Boda yabadde avuga abantu 4. 4 people on a Boda. Okitegeera. And all of them died. He was riding 3 people and they all died on the spot. The Boda guy failed to stay in his lane and was hit by a Scania bus. Now all the Boda people died. But we already know in the statement that is in the news that it was the Boda guy to blame. But of course, the bus guy can get off the hook. Of course, they will pay a few fines here and there, and then they'll get off the hook. But now, what can we pick in? What can we get out of this situation where a bus hits a Boda and of course they die? What we can pick out is that Bodas are definitely dangerous. But it's much more dangerous if you sit more than 1 person on a Boda. And under the law, the Traffic and Road Safety Act says a Boda or a motorcycle should take 1 passenger. Now, if it's 3 people, the Boda rider might not have been might not have been a very bad rider. And you know how fast these buses can go. And the bus is not like a small car or a Boda or a bicycle that you can brake on instantly. So sometimes the bus will delay to brake, and when it delays, you know it can be it can be catastrophic, like it was. May their souls rest in peace. But if you're going to be taking a Boda anytime soon, please sit on that Boda alone. And I've seen guys that sit on Bodas and the woman is the one behind. You as a man, why not to that you protect your woman? But I've seen guys sit on Bodas apparently they don't want the ladies but that's ogano omukyala ukona there are things nga zibiri mu saati kuwa boda na yenga ate agenda nabikona kubalala nga ne saati teriko. I don't see what you're protecting. Kati mbuchi gweje bobera tolina ye takona yo. Come on. So anyway, let's take caution as we survive on Ugandan roads. And of course, on 4th December in California, a mother left a 6-week-old baby in the car. That's recklessness. A 6-week-old baby. I remember when my kids were young. So the lady is called Nikita Jones, and she left her baby in the car. And the baby, the baby did not survive. So guys, the one thing that we need to understand: these cars are very good, but they're also very dangerous. Even if it were you were an adult and you locked yourself in the car, you'd run out of air eventually. Of course, now the Ugandan cars are different because they are old. Some of them have holes in the floor. You might probably survive longer, but you'll definitely not survive being locked up in the car. Like even the children will not survive being locked up in the car. So the baby did not survive, and this is a reckless thing. We have seen there's a lady whose daughter is disabled right now because the daughter and other kids locked themselves up in the car. And this is why you guys should never leave cars unlocked at home. Then they engage the lock accidentally, and then they cannot open, and then you're not there to help them. And sometimes you may even be there, the way to direct them to unlock themselves from the car. So you may have to break the window sometimes. Now at that moment. So try as much as possible. If you have parked cars at home, lock them up. But if it's a young baby like six weeks old, that's a very young baby. So that's what happened in California. The comparison of the week. Today I promise I'll be comparing these multi-purpose vehicles. These are very popular choices for all of you. And when I talk multi-purpose vehicles, these are vehicles that can literally do a lot of things. Yeah, you can use it as a pickup if you want. You can use it as a van if you want. And you can use it as a small car if you want. Now, these vehicles, tuinayo Toyota, tuinayo Honda, tuinayo ne Nissan, ne Subaru. So I'm going to be comparing these cars because they are available in the bond if you go. And I'm also going to be talking about the prices. So we are going to be comparing the Toyota Wish, the Toyota Nuwa, the Toyota Passo Sette or the Daihatsu Boon, the Toyota Sientta, the Mazda Biantte. We're going to be comparing the Subaru Exiga, the Honda Step Wagon, and the Nissan Serena, plus the Toyota Alpharetta. Now, these vehicles, of course, now the Alpharetta and the Serena zingira como van nenuwa, but let's keep them in the same category because it's a motor literally in the same price range. Yeah, they're in the same price range. So let's start with what their seating capacities are. Now, the seating capacity of these cars range between 7 to 8. Now, the Toyota Alpha, the Nissan Serena, the Toyota Nuwa, those are sure deal. They give you 8 passengers. Then the Toyota Wish, the Passo Sette, the Sientta, the Subaru Exiga, the Honda Step Wagon give you 7 passengers. Of course, the Nissan Serena will give you 8 passengers. Now, these vehicles, the Passo Sette, the Sientta will give you 1.5 liters, and then the rest of the vehicles will give you 2 liters and above. Yeah, of course, the Toyota Wish will give you 1.8 liters. Then there are some Sientas that come with a 1.8 liter engine, but they are not very popular. The Honda Step Wagons, I've seen some versions that have 1.5 liter, but the most popular one is the 1.5 liter. Now, of all these cars, the most rare car in the bond will be the Honda Step Wagon. And if you ask me if I recommend the Honda Step Wagon, I'll answer negligently. Now, these vehicles will give you between 8 to 16 kilometers per liter. Of course, with the Sientta and Passo Sette giving you the best mileage, and then the Alpharetta giving you the worst. The Alpharetta can even go as low as 5 kilometers per liter. Of course, now these vehicles can be used for normal driving. They can be used for family. They can be used for business. This is what we need to remember. For economy and urban use, you're definitely going to be looking at the Sientta and the Passo Sette. For the guys that look at fuel consumption, you're looking at the Passo Sette and the Sientta. Now, the Passo Sette also is called the Daihatsu Boon. Okay? The Daihatsu Boon. Some of you have seen those cars that have the word Boon at the back. The Passo Sette initially was a Daihatsu product. But remember, Toyota took shares in the Daihatsu brand, and now they work together. And then for larger families and groups, you're going to be looking at the Nuwa, the Serena, the Honda Step Wagon. For families, now you're looking at a car that is not so big, but can take the entire family. You're also going to look at a Wish. Yeah, but if you want something that gives you bigger headroom, you look at the Serena and the Nuwa mostly. The Step Wagon is a good car, but it's rare in the bond. Now, if you want luxury, definitely we have the Alpharetta alone there in the category. Alpharetta is pure premium. And then if you're looking for a sporty look, yet it still serves the same purpose, you look at the Subaru Exiga. Subaru Exiga katiao erimu or sport. Of course, it's not the most beautiful car, yeah, but sport cars have never been beautiful. And then when you look at modern and comfort, if you're looking for a car that is modern, and has space and has all these amenities, then the Mazda Biantte is, of course, it looks nice. The Mazda Biantte, most of the people that buy Mazda Biantte, they buy it because of the way it looks. The Mazda Biantte looks really lovely. And of course, even the Nissan Serenas, the later years, look really lovely. But of course, now, today, 7th December 2024, Bombo Road, Nissan Serena, that's not a very good indication. You get, I've not seen a Mazda Biantte that is broken down on the road, but I've seen Nissan Serena multiple times. So, just to summarize this comparison, if you want fuel efficiency and you want a car that can be also work as a family vehicle or a multi-purpose vehicle, Sientta and Passo Sette. If you're looking for a car that will give you a lot of headroom, more space, you're looking at the Nua, you're looking at the Serena, you're looking at the Step Wagon. If you're looking for luxury, pure luxury and premium feel, you go to the Alpharetta alone. Now, if you're looking for something that will give you some advanced features, then you're looking at the Mazda Biantte and in some cases, the Nissan Serena. Now, let's look at the prices. The prices in Bond as of today, 7th December, you're going to be getting a Toyota Wish at about 35 million. You'll be getting a Toyota Nua, and now I'm looking at you wanting to get the SI version. I'm not talking about the years, because we know in the Bond right now we have 2009, 2010 and above. So now, the prices can go higher or lower depending on what year you're buying, depending on what trim you're buying, depending, of course, on what grade was imported. If you're looking at the lower grades, you're definitely, if you can even get a Wish at 30, ngatofude grade. Now, the grades, that's a conversation you can have. But the grade, if a car has a bad grade, that means you can find that it's rusted below. There's a motoka zosanga nogula gearbox nekuba in a month. There's a motoka zosanga zogula ngenywa oil. Those are the cars that you buy. No sanga omuto mu yulifuko. Zosanga ngaziriko accident. Those are the cheap cars. Gwebaga nti bano basuubuza. Normally that's what happens. Into omusuubuza agula na alongosamu. That's what happens mu kusuubula. Kati gwe oyagala ogule motoka y'obusuubuzi. Normally, that's what will happen. But of course, sometimes you don't even know. So the Passo Sette will probably cost you 28 million shillings. The Sientta will cost you about 26 million shillings. The Mazda Biantte is about 30, and the Mazda Biantte is like a contender of the Toyota Nua. So if you can get a Mazda Biantte, more features and all that, and then it gives you the same seats as the Toyota Nua at 30, you're saving 10 million. But of course, it boils back to the maintenance. Subaru Exiga, it's about 30. The Honda Step Wagon about 35, but it's not common. The Nissan Serena is 40, and then the Alphard is about 45 million shillings. Now, remember, the Alphard will not give you very friendly fuel efficiency. Those are tugendera for you going down to the Bond prices was in the model cause let's I wish you a very lovely time in the Bond, and of course the way that the Kasenteka inspection camp. We do inspection, very good inspection by the way.
Come on, jump.
Car tip of the week. The car tip as we head out to the Christmas season, of course, this is something that is not talked about a lot. Normally, you guys check your tire pressure. So the tip for this week is go check your tire pressure. Make sure that the tire pressure is recommended. Now, for the guys that don't know, wano kuruji wano at the chassis tag awe watu side driver watero kubira wa akantu kako watero kubira wa akantu kotunulako, and you know this is the tire pressure that is recommended for my car, for the front tires and then for the rear tires. Most of our cars here in Tono zina kubira mu 30 to 35 psi. Now you go to they used to tell us in Otekeo 30 mass, Otekeo 35 and Otekeo 40. That's because the men from long time ago emoroka bazi loading ngamu ebintu bingi songa butu ebere judde nnyo ebere zitowereddwa kati nga batekamu omukka mungi so handlinga. But generally your tire pressure should be the same in front and behind so that the car balances. Now, why do we need to check our tire pressure? It's because when the tire pressure is low, your car will not balance. It will disturb you when you're braking. When the tire pressure is low or overinflated, then that will mean that your tire will wear out unevenly. Olumu gujja kugwako side emu, olumu makati, olumu ebali because of the underinflation or overinflation. Then the other thing that you need to understand is that when a tire is overinflated, gusobola okwabika, and if it's underinflated, emoroka eba tetambula enywa nnyo amafuta. Of course, if it's underinflated, emoroka ebere dragging, so your fuel efficiency will not work out. So, and then we are in the cold season right now, so most of the time. Now, when the tire is moving under cold conditions, there are very many chances that the tire pressure will reduce. It will fluctuate. So this, you need to check it more frequently. Now, for people that buy cars like the Vanguard, the Passo, Sette, you guys have tire pressure monitors or pressure machines that come with your cars. You can check it yourself, but don't forget to convert. Some pressure machines come with KPA, then others come with PSI. So you need to be converting and see what your car is recommended for, and then put exactly that. Well, thank you very much for being part of this week's Car Weekly Roundup. I hope it has been a very good few minutes for you to come and watch us. Don't forget, we have live broadcasts every Monday to Friday at 7:30 a.m. to be there live. We talk about cars and life, of course, and then on weekends we have a live broadcast at 5:15 p.m. on Saturday, 5:15 p.m. on Sunday. Don't forget to catch us. Don't forget to be there. And of course, Thursday is Random Car Talk Thursday. Wednesday is Lifestyle Wednesday. Tuesday is Market Tuesday, where you can get to come and market your products and services. Tell us about what you do, how you charge, where to find us. And then, of course, Friday is Question Friday. I don't answer any car related question on any other day apart from Friday. And Question Friday is that one day you can come and ask questions for free. Of course, even during the week, I answer random questions. And of course, don't forget, in my inbox, I charge. On my phone, I charge. So keep engaging on this channel so that you can get some free answers. I wish you a very lovely week. May God bless you.